Hello, friends. So we are again back in another now new year. We have completed 1 year with all your blessings and wishes, and we are continuing our journey of teaching remedies. And today again we are coming with a very interesting remedy, and it has been explained by none other than Dr. Kushala, Dr. Nirupama. So yeah, welcome, Dr. Kushala. And please narrate your case and remedy understanding.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aditi. I'll just share my screen. So friends, good morning to all of you. And to this case, I would like to show the journey of a physician also, because a physician in his case taking also goes through a travel where he goes through a travel of reaching the minimum. But in the process, he comes to many a times, he comes to very close coming remedies, and the results that those remedies give are also important in evaluating from the results that he gets when he gives the exact minimum and the amount of relief that the patient receives. So this is one of my journey, which I would like to present to you all. So this young man, 21-year-old, came to me in 2014. He had completed his hotel management in 2013, and he was diagnosed as a case of seronegative spondyloarthropathy, HLA-B27 positive, on non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. So he came with a lot of stiffness in his left hip joint. He could not walk properly. There was a lot of pain in the lower back. He said he cannot sit even for a minute. He prefers to stand or lie down. And every time he strains in his work, he gets a lot of pain, and it radiates to his left lower leg. And there was swelling in the left ankle. So he was a full-fledged case of ankylosing spondylitis. So when I went to the life space, he said he was always a tall child. He was very tall and well-built. And he had this habit of eating mud in his childhood and biting nails. His interpersonal relation with family and friends was very good. He said, I want to talk to people. He didn't say I'm friendly. He said, I want to talk to people. I will evaluate the person and then I'll talk. And I like to go out. I chose hotel management because I like to travel the world around. In 2015, he was planning to do his master's in New Zealand in hotel management. I love outdoors, and he loves to play sports like cricket, football. He said, my work atmosphere is very open. We call each other by names. There's no hierarchy. Even my boss, I will call him by his name. And we help each other to improvise in our work. We teach each other how to handle things. And I really like this food and beverage industry. I also like the baking part. It's new. It's not monotonous. There's an elegant way of making things. Anything which is different, new, get to know something new happening in the world from different country, new lifestyle of people, roaming around the world. It's good to know how others live. What is new in the world attracts me. I'm nervous in the stage and interview, and he has a lot of perspiration, which is cold on his hands and feet. This perspiration on his scalp and forehead when he eats meals. He had craving for meat and sweets, thirsty for cold drinks. I had to really push him to dig out so much of information. So I just took whatever totality I got, I took as reserved. He loves to travel, so travel desire. He's got a lot of nervousness on stage, so anxiety, anticipating engagement, mildness, biting nails, perspiration foot cold, perspiration hands cold, perspiration scalp, food and drinks, meat desire, sweet desire, cold drink desire, tall children, bone complaints. So I felt that silicia would be good for him. And I gave him one powder and some SOS puddies. Since he was traveling, he was studying outside Mumbai. I used to give him packages of 3 months and 6 months. And he would take them religiously and he would give me a follow-up whenever he came, or his mother would come and collect the further packages. So in the sense, he said he's better, but then it was not that type of relief that you would get when you give a Simlimum. So again, he came to me for when he came to Mumbai in 2018 for one of his follow-ups, where he had completed his master's in hotel management in New Zealand. And he had come for a short holiday. He said, there's stiffness in my lower back, my hip joint. It's worse when I get up in the morning and I'm better in movement. There's swelling in the left inner ankle. Here in New Zealand, the lifestyle, friends with people, everything is good. Now my focus is to progress in work. In India, what happens? You give long work hours and you have to give everything to the company in spite of working such long hours. While here in New Zealand, there is a balance in work culture as well as you can enjoy. In Christmas, everything is shut. Study was theoretical. I was anxious. When will I finish? Every day was new, trying new things, learning new beverages. People come from different parts of the world. Other thing is money. The better you perform, the better you earn. The culture of the city, different nationality, people coming from different parts of the world, you learn how they lead their lives. You learn new things. It opens your perspective. If you plan to leave your country, you need to change yourself in a good way. You need to be positive. You need to balance, talk to your family and friends. I talk to my mom 2 to 3 times a week. I feel the need to talk to my parents because of the support you get from the parents. You have to change. I take life as it comes. Many things may not happen, but then I accept and adapt and think what I can do next. The more open you are, the more you're ready to accept things, it's good for you. So again, I said, Kisalisha was not giving that kind of relief what I expected. As he's talking so much of learning and new, and I want to learn different things. So I took learning desire. I see it's positive, travel desire, still that childhood biting nails, extremities cold, perspiration on the foot, hands. I said, probably so much of travel and, wanting home, family. I gave him Calcarea Phos 200. Once in 15 days, I used to told him to take one powder and later once a month for 3 months. So this continued for quite a period of time. And again, there was a relief. It's not that there was no relief. He was happy and he was saying that I'm better. I did not take so much of painkillers now and I can do this. But that was not satisfying to me as a physician. Then he came in 2022 for a follow-up. He said, I'm more active. I'm more focused on my workouts. I go to gym. My backache is there when I sit for long periods. Then he said that I have migrated 7 years ago. So 2015 was when he has migrated. Now it's 22. But coming back to home, family, parents, extended family is important to me. Here at home, I feel like a child. There's no need to think much. I have my brothers and parents who'll think of, what bills have to be paid and what other routine work has to be done. There in New Zealand, my wife and me have to plan out. We communicate and plan how to go about the expenses. I'm well placed in job. My marriage is taking place in 2023. They have already had a court marriage in New Zealand, where his wife and her family also are from New Zealand. So they've already had a court marriage, but he wanted to have it in a traditional way. He said, I don't feel okay with all this paper marriage. I want something traditional. And they are North Indians. So he wanted that bharat and fairas and with a lot of food and family around. And, typically how an Indian marriage is with a lot of friends and family and food and a lot of splashness. There also we talk about Mumbai. I need to balance over here and there too. I want to be happy myself and I want my family also to be happy. But I want to come back once a year or so and catch up with what is happening here. I want my roots. I returned to roots after migration abroad. I want to balance both my life in Mumbai also and in New Zealand also. This is my home too, and that is my home too. 4 times a week, I eat Indian food. He's from the hotel industry, and there's enough of food that he can get, but he needs to specially cook Indian food for himself 4 times a week. Once a week on weekends, he calls up his full family, cousins, and over a Zoom meet, they take a glass in hand and they sit and chat for hours and do a lot of fun and musty and, like the good old days. So they unwind uh, like that over a Zoom meet and have a lot of fun together. This was what they used to do before, and he wants to do the same thing. He has continued all these years. I have gone for better prospects abroad, but I want my hometown too. When I get jittery, then my wife says that now it's time you go back to Mumbai and meet your family. So she is also sensed that, there's a point when he gets homesick. Now, this is where I actually cracked the case. What I felt was this young man, for a better prospects and a better future, has left his country and he has migrated to a foreign land where the culture, food, way of life is different. See, he's from a North Indian family, which is very conservative. They are not very modern people. They are conservative and they're very traditional. Now, for him to adapt to a new environment, to a Western culture, and he's trying his best to change. But is he changing? Is he talking? He's talking so much of learning and changing and positive. But his joints, the stiffness, the rigidity of his disease process says that he's having a lot of difficulties in facing all these changes. And he's indirectly, in so many ways, talking about his home, his family. He wants his wedding also in an Indian way, traditional with fairas and bharat and food. He wants to talk over Zoom every weekend with his cousins over a drink and have fun like the good old days. So he misses his roots and he gets homesick and he needs to come every year to meet his family and friends. It's like your body is in the foreign land, but your mind and heart lies in India. And he's very active and a very nature-loving person. So this is where I took the totality, activity, desires active, because he likes a lot of outdoor sports. Delusion, seeing ships on the ocean. Delusion, hands are becoming larger. Delusion, mind and body are separated. Home, away from home he is. Memory, active for past events. Home, desires to go. Homesickness. Speech, with an American accent. Accent unusual for him. Nature loves. Talk, desire to talk to someone. And when I repertorized all this, the remedy which came was limestone. So how do we understand limestone? What is the journey? What is the basic disposition of limestone? Yeah. So I gave him limestone 200, one powder, once a month. And for 3 months, I kept repeating. And believe me, it was beautiful the way he responded. I mean, he's out of all the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. He's out of all painkillers and he's maintaining his diet. He's maintaining his fitness levels and he's really, really doing very well for himself, health-wise, as well as in his work. He's able to do very well and he's been promoted and doing well in his job and he's more better settled mentally also in this new country with the new lifestyle. So let's try to understand Limestone Burren. Limestone Burren itself talks about the journey of a man who, for a better life, migrates himself, or for a better prospect, whether it's migration or whether it's a change of place, he moves in for a better trading, for a better lifestyle to another place by stretching himself and the results, the cost that he pays for a better living is what limestone is all about. So if you look into the basic personality of a limestone person, they're nature-loving person. They love plants, they love sea, they love water, they love animals. They're very, very nature-loving person. And they're full of cares. You can see that, you can see the care in this person. And they're loquacious. They're communicative. They're content. In the sense, they will not show that, that they're happy. They will never show he's hiding himself. He'll not show that he's facing so much a problem. He will talk about positivity, how you have to adjust, and he's not grumbling. He's content with where he is, but he's facing some problems within. They will be very cheerful. They're jesting. They laugh at trifles. They're singing. So you can see a lot of cheerfulness. They desire activity. You could see in him also. He loves outdoor sports. They desire to talk to someone. And speech, they repeat the same thing. Now, when you are such a cheerful person who, wants to now do well for himself. Now, when you want to do well for yourself, you have to give up on certain things, or you have to stretch your hands to get into a new situation. Or if you want to migrate, say young students who want to migrate abroad, or any person, say your parents want to migrate to be with their children abroad. It's like, you have to enlarge your hands. Delusion, hands are enlarged, head is enlarged, body is enlarged. It means you need to stretch yourself. It is not easy to migrate. You have to stretch your hands. You have to give up some things and stretch your hands, because you feel that life, or that life with your children abroad, or that life in New Zealand looks so rosy. So, I need to give up on the smaller things, my small house in Mumbai, and go and live in a beautiful land. So you have to stretch yourself to do that. For that, delusion, he owns a boat. Delusion sees ships on the ocean. So ships were then used in the olden times for trading. They used to trade goods through the ships across the ocean. And ocean is deep. Ocean is uncertain. It can be smooth sailing. It can be stormy. So when you give up on something for something more beautiful, or which looks beautiful, or which has been told to you that it is more beautiful abroad, you are taking a certain risk. It may be a smooth journey, or it may be a stormy journey, but you are going to go. You're trading over uncertainties to acquire or to achieve that which you think is beautiful in another land. And for that, after going abroad, for some time, everything looks beautiful. Supposing you have gone to meet your children abroad, or your young children have migrated abroad, initially, everything looks so beautiful. You feel, oh, this is so good, this is so good. But after some time, you feel trapped. You feel enslaved. You feel that, now over here in India, you can just walk out anytime. You can, the shops are open till late night. You can just have some street food. You can travel freely. There are so many facilities. While there, you have to depend. You may have to depend on your children. You may have to depend on someone else to take you around. So after some time, you feel enslaved. You feel trapped. When your family here is there in India and you are abroad, you start feeling separated from your family. Then it causes a lot of inner restlessness and irritability inside you. After as few months pass or few years pass, and you feel, restless. You're waiting to go back. Delusion, he's waiting. Everything looks so unfamiliar. Fear unfamiliar objects. That which is familiar, you're used to eating Indian roti and sabji, and then it's more about pizza or burger or some other type of food which you're not so familiar with. After some time, everything looks so unfamiliar. You feel alone. And you have to give up your ego. Over here, maybe you have so many facilities that possibly, here we believe that we have help, we get help easily, but over there, you have to do everything yourself. So you have to give up on your ego. You can't say, no, no, let them do and I will sit here. It's not like that. You have to give up on your ego also and go down to the level of doing everything. So you have lost their ego. Delusion had lost their ego. You have to give up on that I self and be, you have to now adapt to that new environment. Delusion, left side of the body is smaller, diminished. Now, the left side of the body talks about the feminine side. It talks about the pride. It talks about the freedom. So you have to give up your freedom. You have to give up your ego. You have to give up that sense of I and to adapt to this. So that's what it means, that my left side of the body is getting diminished, smaller. But you have stretched your arms. Delusion, arms and hands are enlarged, but body is thin. Now you have the capacity, so you stretched your arms to go abroad, but your body is also has to cope with all this. Again, this causes this feeling of being stuck in a foreign land, that now your frustration is building up. You remember those beautiful memories of your homeland. Oh, we used to go out there, we used to shop there, we used to meet friends, we used to have picnics, we used to have parties. So memory active for past events, like how he said that, every weekend we talk over the Zoom meet, and they're talking of nothing but one subject. It's like the same thing you're saying in different languages. Delusion is underwater. Everything seems unreal. It's like now you can't differentiate what is reality and what is unreal. Everything is so new to you that now it's coming like you're getting frustrated about the same thing. Anxiety, conscience about. So when you're in a new land, supposing you go and stay with your children, you cannot, you have to move with their time zone or with their routine. So you have to do certain things which may, so that you don't harm them or you don't disturb their routine. So it's like if you have to, if your children are working abroad, you have to get up and work with them so that it's a help for them. You can't say, I get up at 10 o'clock, so I won't work. That doesn't, it's not done. You'll have to go and pace with their time zone. So you don't want to hurt them. So delusion is about to inflict an injury on someone. You don't want to disturb their routine. You don't want to harm your children. Delusion, she's poisoning people. You don't want to be sick and, could be a burden for your children or cause disharmony in their life. And this, after a period, creates a lot of homesickness. They desire to go home. Delusion, mind and body are separated. It means your body is stuck in this foreign land, but your mind is all the time in your hometown, where you're talking about your relatives, the food that you make, the places that you go, the fun that you have. Delusion, he's away from home. Speech, American accent unusual for him. What this actually means is, you're saying the same thing, but in a different ways. You're saying in different ways that I cook Indian food 4 times a week. I talk to my mother 3 times a week. I want fairas in my marriage. Paper marriage won't do. I want to, have a drink and talk over the Zoom meet. So in different ways, you're trying to say that I'm homesick. I want to go home. So this is what limestone is all about, the journey of limestone. And limestone gave this patient excellent relief. Excellent meaning excellent. After 2022, now it's 2 years almost, he is not even under medication and he's following a very good routine in terms of his exercise and his fitness. Thank you so much, friends. I invite Dr. Nirupama to further share on this remedy, the DDs which came close to the remedy.
Thank you, Kushala. Thank you. So if you see limestone, it has all the family of calcium carbonate, All sorts of sea creatures are there, calcium deposits, shales, pearls, everything is there from the sea and the land. So compacted all animal plant things, mineral. So if you see, it belongs to third and fourth row of mineral, where from natrum to calcium, everything is there. Hmm? So basically, stability, security, home are the issues here. Hmm? So typically, physician has given two remedies, calcarea phos and silica. So we'll just see how it has come in this case and how we can rule it out. So calcarea phos, if we see, it wants to go out. It likes to go out, but wherever it goes, they want to come back home. They miss their home. So calcarea wants, sorry, that is calcarea phos. They make home wherever they go. So calcarea, basically, if you see, there is a home, security, stability. Well, phosphorus focus is on the going out and making connection. When it comes to calcarea phos, they're extremely friendly people. They like to make connection. They like to travel. So there is a need for security. At the same time, they have ability to go wherever they go, they form home there. They form good connection over there. So here they don't miss their home. Like how limestone we saw, they go there, but they keep their connection very strong. Patient was able to connect from there, want to come here, they want to enjoy how Indians do. So from heart, patient was here, India. But calcarea was wherever goes, they make their nest there. Hmm? So calcarea was person tend to make a new home wherever they go. If they're at friends' home, they become very friendly there. It is like their own home. They'll behave like that. And if you see, the chief component is of the bone, na? Calcarea was bone. What is bone? Bone gives you structure, it gives you stability, but at the same time, it gives you mobility. That is how you go ahead. Hmm? So, if you see, these are the physical data where they have craving for meat, fish, spices, and anxiety in children when lifted from the cradle. How's desire to go when they go out? Tribal desire to. Violent when hearing another. So these are the few rubrics and how silica came and how it goes. Like silica is very fixed image it has. So whatever parents give them image, they want to be fit in that image. Hmm? So they like to fulfill their specific image. Huh? 1 minute. So where I am. For example, a child is told that he will be accepted and loved if he achieves certain things. So he wants that identity. If parents tells him to become a doctor, he wants to be seen as doctor. Then if you see, oh, you're such a good scientist, they will not like that. They want to be doctor. This could be his doing exceedingly well in sports, becoming a good cricketer. So it becomes very important for the child that other people think of him as a good cricketer. Hmm? So this creates the tension and timidity. So very fixed image, very fixed ideas, extremely obstinate about that, extremely rigid about that. So that is how the silica will behave. There is no theme of home that they will miss home, they will feel they're away from home. That theme is not there. Hmm? They're extremely fastidious and many times you feel they don't have any emotions. So they, it's a very performance oriented remedy. There is a very fixed image. They just talk about their work, work, work. Hmm? So that is the core of the silica. So what is limestone? Limestone, like they go out for the better life, right? They want to go, and for that they stretch their arms. They really work hard. But what happens in bargain? You feel you're enslaved of the things, right? And then you miss those, your home, your past things. Then you go into those memories. You feel homesick. Hmm? That is how is the limestone. Like you go out, but you forget your heart at home, and you really miss your home. So any situation where, like, because of any parents, if one of the uh, partner goes away and single parent then goes and stays with the children, many times this type of situation can come up. They miss their home, they feel lonely, they feel the ego which is dissolving. So all these rubrics, if you see, it can come at that situation, or because of any reason someone goes to the some other country and gets stuck there. So these are the situation you can think probably limestone can come up. So Aditi is going to share few more cases with you all. Over to you, Aditi.
Thank you, Nirupama and Kushala. Yeah, so friends, we saw that limestone, the very important thing is migration. Migration from your home, you are trying to make home somewhere else, but at the heart, you are always missing your own home, your original home, where you have been brought up. Correct. In my case, also similar thing. Only thing was there. She's a 32-year-old female, and she had approached me with a very severe ovulatory pain, very severe ovulatory pain, and she has settled in foreign country, basically Indian, and she has settled there since last 10 years. Yeah, she's 32. She settled around 22, 23. She went in the foreign country. And while taking her history, I felt that, she's very extremely ambitious, very, very talented, very intelligent. And she really has done well in the foreign country as well. But constantly in her history, every few times, coming back to the home country, coming back to India, coming back to Indian references. I'm missing my family. I'm missing so much. I'm missing my parents. Here, everything is good. My husband is good. My child is excellent. Here, the living is excellent. But, doctor, that Indian living, I'm constantly missing that. I just want to go back there. And my mom tells me that you have done so well here, and now you are actually, you have become a backbone for the family. She is coming from a very big family, so mother parents also wanted that if one child goes there and she settles there, then it will be good for other siblings as well. So mother is also telling her, even sisters, all are supporting her, everything. But her this feeling was not going. So initially, and she's very loquacious, very affectionate. I had taken her case on the Zoom video call only, but still, in 5 minutes, her affability was so much. She had become so friendly with me, and she's just talking with me in such a friendly manner and such a open and loquacious manner. So my first prescription was phosphorus for her, and phosphorus was relieving her. It did relieve her ovulatory pain and all, but not to the great extent as how we have seen results with similimum. So I was feeling this is somewhere partially similimum. I need to work more on it. Then again I went into her history. Again I was talking to her, and meantime she started telling me that, doctor, I wanted to discuss with you that I am also suffering from secondary sterility. I want to conceive. We have been trying since a long time, but still unsuccessful. My elder daughter is already 5 years old, but I'm unable to conceive. And then again I said, what is your main pain? Again the same thing. Doctor, India. I'm missing India. I don't know. I want to go back to India. I want to go back to my parents. I just want to be there. Now my mother is also paralyzed. She can't even talk to me. So I just see her on the video call. And for me, my elder sister has become my mother. So there was constantly security, wanting of parenting, wanting of family, parents, wanting of family and homeland. And she's helping her siblings also so much, but this feeling was very strong. So meantime, then I was thinking, and then I gave her limestone. And friends, after giving limestone, her ovulatory pain subsided completely. Even she had in between developed some cholecystitis and gallbladder colic also. That also went off completely, and she conceived. She conceived after just 4 doses of limestone. She conceived. And so that is how this case has taught me that they look very similar to calcarea fos. I also have another case. In that case, I was treating that girl of 13-year-old girl. And I'm practicing in Mumbai, and she's also in Mumbai only. Since 4 years, she had shifted to Mumbai. Before that, she was living in Bangalore with her parents, and parents and everybody shifted back to Mumbai. Mumbai is actually their basic home, but this girl has been born and brought up in Bangalore. So then, she also loves animals, and she said that I really I sympathize with animals a lot. I really want to make my career in something related to animals. I may become a vet, or I may become some social worker pertaining to the health of the animals and all, strays and everybody. And while talking to her in her history, then she is again very affability, very, very talkative, very loving, very sweet child to talk to. And so in her case, my first prescription was calcarea fos. She had come with lot of allergic rhinitis and blocked nose and all. So I gave her calcarea fos. Same way, partially better, but not completely. Again and again, she used to coming back with the same problem. Then again, I just tried to talk to her and all. And one beautiful sentence I got from her. She was to travel back to Bangalore or something. Then I said, "How are you feeling?" "Doctor, I'm going back to my home. Bangalore is my home." And I prescribed her limestone. And after limestone, and now it's been 1.5 years, she hasn't got a single attack of allergic rhinitis. And beautiful. So as we saw throughout this journey, that whenever you are feeling in your cases that this is calcarea, this is phosphorus, this is calcarea even silicia, and it is not giving you the complete good result, do think of limestone. And as now we have understood limestone beautifully from Dr. Kushala and Dr. Nirupama. So I am sure that you will be able to solve many more cases with limestone. And with this, we are ending today's lecture. Thank you very much. And friends, do watch our channel, and do subscribe, and spread words to your friends as well. Thank you so much. Thank you.